What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Tuesday. It is October 3rd. It is the beginning of the postseason. You guys have been waiting. For everyone who's been with us since the start of the MLB season, we have grown substantially over the course of the MLB season. Thank you so much for being a part of everything. This is what it's finally come to. The culmination of the postseason. So the past couple week-ish, maybe 2 weeks, with teams that were already clearly out of it, or teams that had already gotten into the postseason, aka the Braves. It was very hard to navigate through lineups, building them, because the Braves had great matchups, and then Acuna, Olsen, all the big guys, they left after 2 innings. So we are finally past that little hump, and we're into the postseason. We're going to see the best pitching they have available. We're going to see the best bats they have available. So we're going to look at it all. If you have questions on it, let us know. But if you've never played postseason baseball, this is where we've really shined. We've had a lot of success with, 4 games we're looking at. We're building lineups, stuff like that. So if you are part of the premium content on Fantasy Team Advisors, thank you so much. All of the people that have signed up in the past couple of weeks, all the people that have made everything possible, very big shout out to you. Again, want to just reiterate, we do have a sponsor here, or we have partnered up with Parlay Play. So anyone who signs up with Parlay Play, which the links will be down below, both on iOS or Android store, when you automatically sign up, you get $5 free game right off the bat. But if you sign up using the promo code FTAsports, which you can see right here, you deposit at least $10, they're going to match you the 10. They're going to match you all the way up to 100. So anyone who signs up using this promo code and then email us proof, dfshelp1@gmail.com, that you signed up using the promo code, we will give you a free week of DFS content brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com and FTA Plus if you did the $10 or more. If you guys sign up and you deposit $100, 2 things happen. They match you $100, so you automatically get $200 to play with. You show us proof using this promo code FTA Sports, we're going to give you an entire year for free on top of what they've given you. So anyone who signs up with Parlay Play, you deposit $100, you show us proof, use the promo code FTA Sports, we're going to give you a free year of DFS content. That's the rest of this MLB season and all of next MLB season, the entire rest of this NFL season plus the first 4 weeks of next season. You're going to get a year of MMA. You're going to get a year of PGA, a year of NASCAR, and the entire season of the NBA season, which is starting up in a couple of weeks. You're going to get this entire NBA season. So, again, if you sign up, go check it out. Or you can go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com and sign up for a yearly or a monthly pass for $24.99. So, $24.99 per month, or you can sign up, deposit $100, get the match, and get the year brought to you by us. So, big shout out to everybody. Let's dig in. We've got 4 games. We've got the wild card round going. Game 1 is today. I think it's 3 days in a row. I don't think there are any off days. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then I assume the division series will start next Monday. I haven't looked that far into the schedule, but we are going to bring you up until the World Series. Because basically the showdown for baseball in the World Series is up and down. We may have a little bit of content for you, but basically we're going to give you content through the postseason until the World Series. So just looking at this, you've got, like I said, you've got all of their, all the best pitching going on. So just look at the first game real quick. We've got Texas at Tampa Bay. So it's scheduled tentatively to be Jordan Montgomery. We used him. He last pitched on Thursday. So this is technically his 5th day in a row. This should be his start day. We took him against Seattle. Can you see that, or do I need to? I think I need to go up a little bit. There you go. You guys can see it now. So we used him in that game. He went 6 innings, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, had 17.3. So just barely hit what we needed out of him. Time before that against Seattle, he had a fantastic game. 7 innings, no earned runs, 6 Ks. He is going up against Tampa Bay. Now, He has not faced Tampa Bay this year. He has faced him in the past against when he was with the Yankees. Now, this is a little bit different because, again, we've got playoff baseball. We've got all the best players. We have a lot of the players coming back from injury or coming off the IL or should be scheduled to come off the IL for Tampa Bay. So we're going to dig in and look at the numbers. So you've got Jordan Montgomery, and then obviously you've got Tyler Glasnow, who is a fantastic pitcher, 3.6 ERA, 10-7 record, 162 Ks this year. Game logs, he had a really good start at Boston, 5-0. Only went 5 innings, though. Now, I believe these are probably stretched out a little bit because they were already going to the playoffs. They knew they were in the playoffs. You're going to see them go deeper in the game. Like, you're going to see 6 innings plus, unless they just start getting lit up. Now, these are best of 3. No, this is a best of 5. No, wild card's best of 3. So they only have to win 2 games. So the kind of mindset you've got going for wild card is if a struggling pitcher starts to go a little bit, they're going to yank him, bring him, because they only got to win 2 games. So that being said, we'll look onto this, but Glasnow's 9,300, obviously Gossman's 9,800. They aren't priced like they were or they've been lately, and you're going to kind of see why, because there's only 4 games. So looking at Glasnow here, going up against Texas, he has faced them once this year. 6 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 6 Ks, 1.50 ERA against him this year, and averaged 25.1 fantasy points, which is more than we need from him. So it's more than enough for us. So looking at this, I do like I like both pitchers. You got to get a little creative. You are going to save some money for 7,100. Now, we do have a lot of right-handed bats that can hit lefties well for Tampa Bay. So let's just take a look at Texas bats first. So Texas bats against Glasnow, I'm always going to look at Seager. He's always an option for me. Simeon, if we just look at Simeon, was trying to see. Yeah, you can see Simeon has played 6 games against Tampa Bay this year. Has 1 home run there, 7.3 fantasy points per game, averaged 292 there. This kind of a little bit different view than what we did in the past. You got Corey Seager. If you look at his splits, he's played 6 games. He has 8 hits, 8 RBIs with 2 home runs. He's demolished this matchup for him. Again, he's 6,200, but he's a fantastic option there at over 1,000 OPS, 325 batting average, 33 home runs on the year. Just short of 100 RBI, so we're looking at that. Adolis Garcia is another one. Came back from injury. He's played 6 games against them. But yeah, he hasn't done much. So in this matchup, he has, in 6 games and 20 at-bats, he has 1 hit, which was a double, but in 8K. So he has struck out a ton here. You got Josh Young here. Kind of the same thing. 6 games played, 24 at-bats, 1 run, 4 hits, 2 doubles, does have a home run. Batting 167, though, against them. So it really just depends on which pitcher we're going to get out of Glasnow here. Are we going to get the one that's been hitting well? Or are we going to get the one that or been pitching well or not? So the options that I would use for batting for Texas bats, I would look at Seager. I would look at Simeon. I would look at a little bit of Nate Lowe. I would look at Carter, Jonah Heim. Jankowski could be a cheaper option. I don't know if he's going to be in there. He's only played 3 runs, 4 hits, and 11 at-bats against them, batting 364, so I could see him a lefty on righty matchup there. Tampa Bay-wise, looking at Tampa Bay bats. Now, like I said, they've got a lot of guys who can hit righties well, so looking at Randy Arozarena, or hit lefties well. 6 games, he's got 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 home run. He would be an option. I love me some Randy against a lefty almost any given time at 5,500. Yandy Diaz is another one. Splits-wise, 6 hits in 24 at-bats there, batting 250. A little bit cheaper option than if you were, instead of like a Seager or some other big bats, I would look at Yandy there. Isaac Paredes is a cheaper option than some of the other ones. Does have he has 2 home runs against this in this matchup this year, series matchup, 6 games there. I would look at him. Josh Lowe, just depends. Lefty on lefty, I'm okay with. But he does have 5 hits and 13 at-bats, a double and a home run here against Tampa Bay, or against Texas on the year. He would be one I'm looking at. Rayleigh is out, but is he coming back soon? So yeah, he could be back soon. I don't think he'll be for the wild card round. The lineups have, depending on when you watch this video, the lineups have already had to been set. So you kind of know if these guys are going to be back or not. Harold Ramirez against a lefty. I'm okay with. He's batting 400 in 4 games against this. He'd be more of a, dart throw type play. Manny Margot is one of those also dart type plays. 5 games here. He's got 5 hits, batting 385. He will be a cheaper option as well. So those are basically the bats that I like in this game. Again, pitching, I like both of them. Again, with 4 games, you're only going to be playing tournaments. So that would be definitely something that I look at with pitching, these 2 here. So let's take a look at this game, Toronto at Minnesota. I fully expect Minnesota to continue their dominance in the wild card series by getting, and when I say dominance, I mean, I don't think they've won a playoff game since 2004. I don't think. They've lost every single wild. So the wild card's different. We're used to, you've got the wild card game. It was 1. Then that team was in. Now they have 3, and they made it a series because they want to continue baseball and they want to make money. I don't see Minnesota winning 1 game here. But let's look at the matchup. So you got Kevin Gausman versus Pablo Lopez. So Gausman going up against Minnesota. Splits-wise, he's faced them twice this year. 10 innings pitched, 11 hits allowed. Has gotten hit hard, though. 7 earned runs, 1 home run, 9 walks. He's walked 9 in 2 starts, 12 Ks. He does have the Ks, but he's walking them. He's giving up some runs. This one's kind of interesting. If you dig into the numbers, my mindset is I don't see how Minnesota wins. They might win 1 game. I don't see Minnesota winning this series. I kind of want them to, but I mean, we can dig into them and you can just look like Gausman, his past couple of starts against the Yankees, which isn't saying much. He had really good starts. Not a good start against Texas. Trying to see when he faced Minnesota this year. Faced him back then, he gave up 6 runs in that 1 game. And then Minnesota before, he only gave up 1. So he did have 1 bad start against them. The start after that, or before that, he had 8 Ks against them. So he's been up and down, but we're going to get Kevin Gausman, playoff Gausman here. And then you got Lopez coming in. He's faced Toronto once this year, 5.2 innings, 4 earned runs, 6 Ks, a 6.35 ERA, 16 fantasy points per game. So didn't hit the value and got lit up. Kind of got lit up against Oakland here with 3 earned runs. He's given up back-to-back. Actually, in his past 3 starts, he's given up 11 earned runs, and that was against 3 not good teams. Whether or not that, I don't know. I don't think I like Lopez at all. I think I'd rather take Gausman here. And then if we look at the hitters, looking at the Toronto hitters against him, Bo Bichette, obviously, Vlad, Dennis Schneider's finally a little bit lower than his price. They've lowered his price down. He hasn't done much lately. His last game he did get 2 doubles for 16 points. But outside of that, it's been a minute since he, it's been 3 weeks since he had a good game outside of that. I don't know if I'd use him. I'd use Springer. I would use Chapman. Whit Merrifield, I don't know if he'll be in against a righty, but we could definitely look at Whit Merrifield. Brandon Belt has been absolutely on fire this season, 19 home runs. Splits-wise, he's had, he hasn't batted well against them, but this is playoff baseball. So I would look at him. I would look at Varsho, Kiermaier, and Alejandro Kirk. I would definitely look at. Why is Paul DeYoung on the Toronto? Yeah, why is he still listed on Toronto? He's been on San Francisco. Yeah, anyway, those would be the bats that I would use. Minnesota bats, if you do think that they're going to have another good game against Gausman. I mean, just look at the IL here. All their higher-priced guys are on the IL. So you've got Minnesota limping into this matchup. They're without Royce Lewis. I guess he could be activated. By making in this video, he is not activated yet. He could be activated. So he was there. Buxton, I'm sure. Yeah, it doesn't look like Buxton's going to be... yeah, he's out. He's always hurt. Buxton's probably out. Polanco's day-to-day. Definitely something. He did rest. He'll probably play. So the bats that I would use, if Royce Lewis is back, I would love me some Royce Lewis here. Polanco I would use. The day-to-day should go away. Correa. Okay, so Correa looks like he's going to be back for this series, so he would be an option that I'd look at. Kepler I love. If you've been with us this whole season, you know that I absolutely love Edward Julian all year. Matt Wallner's been absolutely a godsend this year with 14 home runs out of nowhere. A cheaper option, I would use Matt Wallner. Ryan Jeffers, I'll use him, but I do like him more against lefties. Willie Castro would be a tournament option. Kirilloff, Kyle Farmer, Donovan Solano. All these are good options, but again, we're probably it depends on who gets off the IL for Minnesota. I don't mind Minnesota and Toronto bats here. I don't think I'm going to use Pablo Lopez. I might use Gossman a little bit, but I don't think I'll have any exposure to Polanco or Lopez at all. Then we've got Arizona versus Milwaukee. I don't think this is even going to be close. It's Corbin Burnes by a mile, and the fact that Corbin Burnes is $8,000 isn't even the most expensive pitcher, I love. Game log wise, not much here, but pulled after 4 innings. That's what they're doing. The team's already hit the playoffs, so don't go off the past couple of starts. You see 8 innings against the Yankees, 7 Ks. It's kind of game I think we're going to see here against Arizona. I would use him. Brandon Pfaadt going in here, or Fought. Had a really good game against the White Sox, 5.2 innings, but against the Yankees, gave up 6 runs, 5 of them earned. I wouldn't look at him. Splits-wise, has not faced Milwaukee this year. I am not looking at him at all. I'm looking at Corbin Burnes, and I would be looking at Milwaukee hitters here. Christian Yelich. I absolutely love Christian Yelich. William Contreras. I do love him more against lefties. I will take William Contreras all day, every day as my catcher in this 4-game set. Willie Adames is another one. Carlos Santana had a resurgence this year. 23 home runs, batted .240. Has played 6 games against Arizona this year. Not so good his last start, but 20 points there, 19 points there. He's been hitting well. I'm looking at Carlos Santana. Sal Frelick. Josh Donaldson, the fact that Josh Donaldson and both him and Aaron Hicks left the Yankees or got released this year and now are on the playoffs is unbelievable. I don't trust him. I don't. Last time he hit a home run was September 22nd and the 20th. I don't even know if Josh Donaldson will start here. I'm off of Donaldson. Mark Canha has been absolutely on fire since getting traded from the Mets. I would look at him. You've got Garrett Mitchell. Didn't even realize he was back because he got activated. Okay, that makes sense. I would look at... He wouldn't be one. So basically, everyone from Canha up outside of Donaldson, I'm okay with Milwaukee. I do not trust Arizona. If you want to be the mindset where you think Corbin Burnes is going to get lit up and you want to be above everybody else there, a Corbin Carroll, obviously, Ketel Marte, Christian Walker, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Gabriel Moreno, I would look at these, Alec Thomas, but I don't know if I'll have any exposure to Arizona at all here. I really don't think I will. So I love me some Corbin Burnes, and that's kind of the thought in this one, in this game. Then we got the final game. You got the Miami Marlins versus the Phillies. So we look at pitching. You got Zach Wheeler versus the Jesus Lizard, Jesus Luzardo. So they're both facing each other. They're in the same division. Splits-wise, Luzardo has faced them twice this year, 12.2 innings, 12 hits allowed, 5 earned runs, 2 home runs, a .365 batting average, or ERA against him. But he is averaging 22.1 fantasy points. So if we look at these, they are going to Philly. If we look at the 6.1 innings, 2 earned runs there, is at 9 Ks and 9 Ks it gets them. So he had success. And then the time before that, when he pitched in Philly, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 9 Ks. So he is striking them out. Or no, that's ground balls. 5 Ks there, 15.5. So it's up and down. I think the consensus obviously would be Zach Wheeler. I think you could save some salary here with Luzardo. But Philly, again, we know that they can hit very, very well. Miami squeaked into these playoffs. You can see that Wheeler has faced Miami 3 times this year. 18 innings pitched, 6 earned runs. We could see some scoring in this game and not be pitching. I honestly think if I'm looking at pitching here, I don't know if I like either of them. I love the bats here. So let's just look at the bats. Miami bats against Wheeler, Jazz, Jorge Soler, Luis Ariz, Berger, Bell. Basically, John Birdie, Sanchez, Brian De La Cruz, and up would be what I'd look at Miami. Philly, we kind of know what we're looking for. Kyle Schwarber, lefty on lefty. I don't really care. He's got a ton of home runs there. You got Trey Turner against a lefty. You've got Real Muto. You've got Castellanos. You've got Bryson Stott. You got Alec Boehm. Then we can look at, you want to look at Harper, Schwarber. I'm okay with this. Brandon Marsh against the lefty, I think he'll be a cheap option. I don't know if I want pitching in this one. To be completely honest with you, if I'm looking at pitching, I'm off of Fat. I'm off of Wheeler and Lopez. I think it's between Gossman, Glasnow, Montgomery, and Luzardo. I think if you go these right here, you can afford almost everybody. Or you go off of him. You could go Corbin Burns. I think Corbin Burns is that number one. I think you want Corbin Burns in all your lineups. Then you build out through there. So that is my breakdown of the 4 games we've got going on for the wild card. If you have questions, let us know. Again, if this video gets at least 50 likes, someone will win a free week of DFS content. If this video gets 100 likes, someone will win a free month. 125 likes, someone will win a free year. And if any video gets 150 likes, someone will win a lifetime pass. So what we normally do is we do the simulations. And you guys have been asking, and you've loved them this year. So if this is something that you do enjoy, let us know, because I want to continue to do that for you. But just kind of looking at the simulations now, we can only run so many because they're, injuries and stuff like that. But through 2,000 simulations so far, these are the 2. There's only 2 teams currently in it. This will change. So by the time you watch, depending when you watch this video, we've probably done 10,000 simulations. Those are all put out there. As of now, these are the top 10 plays, pitching and batting. There's not a ton, or batting anyway. Pitching, I don't think we're going to do that just because there's only 8 teams. So looking at this, we got Trey Turner, number 1, Kyle Schwarber, number 2, Jazz, 3, 4 is Bryce Harper, 5 is Alec Boehm, 6 is Bryson Stott, 7 is Jorge Soler, 8 is Brian De La Cruz, 9 is Nick Castellanos, and 10 is Jake Berger. A new thing I want to do is I'm going to predict 3 home runs. I don't know if it's going to happen, or total bases, whichever you want to do it. I think Nick Castellanos goes deep in this opening sequence. I think Corey Seager goes deep, if not has over 1.5 bases. And another one I'm really feeling, for whatever reason, I think Jorge Soler takes Zach Wheeler deep in this opening day, or opening round of wildcard games. So that's what I've got in this video. If you liked it and you want another video for the next day, like the video, check it out. Go check out all of our content. Depending on when you watch this, we might already have some NFL content coming out for week 5. So good luck on this slate, everyone. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.